Welcome back, guys. We're at it again. Yes, that's right. I have changed the podcast name yet again. Third time is a charm. Talking Taboo with Tara. I'm going to be talking with people that are telling their stories that are unfiltered. Thank you for listening, and I hope you enjoyed today's podcast. I'm just like the girl next door. I go to the grocery store, I take my kids to softball practice, and I do all the normal things that everybody else does. But I love to talk about sex. Hello, this is Miss J. I've created this uncensored podcast to talk about sex in great detail. I'm not leaving anything off the table. Make sure there's no little ears around. It's definitely not for everybody, but you might be more intrigued than you thought.
This is the Sexy Horn Dogs podcast. Now here's your host, Miss J.
Okay, Sexy Horn Dogs. We were talking with Jeremy from Alabama. He is really into pleasing women. He likes to use toys on them by remote control. So actually, he will send you a toy. You put it up in your pussy, and he controls it. Whenever he tells you he wants to use the toy, you have to do it. I'm intrigued, I have to say. This is something I've never heard of before. Now tell me about that.
When I send it to you, I have complete control over. If I text you and say toy, you put the toy in for the day, and I control it at any moment, anytime. You have no control over it. You relinquish all control of your pussy to me when you put it in.
How interesting. I mean, I'm intrigued. So what kind of beats, or how does that work?
It works any way I want it to. It can work off my voice. It can work off the radio. You can make patterns. If you learn the person, you can make patterns to what gets them off the most or what edges them, what works for them the best. You can make patterns to it. It's just like a playlist on Apple. You can just hit the button, it plays it, and it'll tell you how long a minute, 2 minutes, 15 seconds, however long it is. You have that long before you have to redo it.
So she's at work or she's at home, don't even know where she's at, and she's got the toy in, and you just start pushing buttons and bam.
Yes. If I text you when you get the toy, if I text you in the morning or afternoon, whenever I text you to say toy, that means you put the toy in, and when you reply back, okay, that means you have the toy in.
And you have control all day.
I have control until I say I'm done.
So you're the master.
Yes.
We're just the key.
If I say put it in at supper time, you put it in at supper time.
Okay.
Because you agreed to it.
Okay. Wow.
And that's the only glitch to it, is when you agree, you're saying I control it. You could be walking in the mall. You could be sitting at the dinner table. You could be in the kitchen cooking. You never know.
Wow. Okay. I'm so intrigued. This is fascinating.
Well, one can be in the mail.
Okay. So where's the craziest place you've ever had sex? He was telling me a little bit, but let's hear it.
I've had a couple places. Let's see. One side of the interstate, 5 o'clock traffic, outside the car. She was bent over like she was checking the air in the tire, and I was nailing it from behind.
Wow. I think your story beats mine. Okay, let's hear another one.
Airplane, 2 flight attendants. The flight from Dallas to Ohio.
And you banged 2, not 1, but 2 flight attendants?
Yeah, it was just me and one in there, and then the second one called us, and instead of closing the door, she just came in and closed the door behind her.
Now, how did all 3 of you fit in those tiny bathrooms?
It was first class. It wasn't back.
Oh.
And the door ended up being not closed all the way. It was somewhat open. Didn't care if somebody called us. What does it matter? What you gonna do? Keep me off the plane?
Right? So you nailed 2 flight attendants.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Hot.
I'm a reserved firefighter. We've done it on the fire trucks.
Okay. Are you single or married?
Single.
Okay. So you're looking for somebody, right?
I'm me. Whatever life brings. Life's short. Live it full.
Exactly.
Um,
So you like oral then, right?
no. Me giving, yes. Receiving, it's a waste of time.
Okay. So you're saying you like to please a woman, but you don't like to be pleased yourself.
Pleasing me is by pleasing her.
Okay. My kind of guy.
It's more about, it's a game in my head of, say we're hooking up, you get off 2 times the first time we hook up. The next time we hook up is going to be, I have to get you off more than 2 times.
So you actually set yourself up for goals for every time you fuck this woman.
Yes, it's a game. It's in my head. It's a game. Okay, you did 2 times last time, so whatever you have to do to beat 2 times is what you have to do. So and when she says she can't handle it no more, sit back and hush. You're supposed to handle it.
So they don't even get an option. They just have to take it.
Yeah, because most of the time that their limit is when they tell you stop. So they don't know past their limit. They don't know they can. They think they can't.
Well, I mean, it does go numb. After a while, you do lose sensation.
It comes back.
Does it?
Yeah, foreplay ain't all. It's not all about just there. You can do other and whatever she's into or whatever she's doing until that time comes. You don't have to just say, okay, look, 10-minute break, come back.
You just keep fucking with the clit. That's all you want is that clit. Constant orgasm after orgasm after orgasm.
It's not necessarily the clit. The G-spot's better than the clit.
Oh, so you know about the G-spot.
I can tell you the whole damn pussy.
So you've done your research. So you really do enjoy pleasing women.
Oh, yeah, it's all about that.
So what do you like to do in the bedroom?
I do whatever. Well, I'm not going to say whatever. I'm off limits as far as anything anal or pegging's off limits. Anything else, as long as you can handle the recoil, is up for it.
What's your fantasy?
I don't really have one.
Because you fulfilled them all?
Pretty much.
How old are you?
I'm 45.
Okay, so we're the same age.
6 foot tall, 250 pounds.
Nice. All right, what turns you on about women? What is your favorite thing about women that gets your motor going and that you like?
I mean, I'm a tits and pussy guy. That ain't got nothing to do with me. It's when I first see you, it's tits and eyes. And how big of a challenge you're going to be.
Now, what kind of challenge do you like?
If it's not a challenge for me, then it's not worth my time.
Because it's just too easy to get, huh?
It's not going to be worth anything then.
What's challenging to you?
I mean, I'm not saying like Stonewall, you know what I mean? You make it known that you want it, but it's not like handed to me. So it's like, I know where the end result's going to be, but it's not.
But you like a little cat and mouse.
Yeah, it's not just out on the plate to begin with. You know what I mean? It's just, it's in the oven, but you got to get it out of the oven and put it on a plate.
Right. You like the cat and mouse.
In a way.
You like to chase.
Yeah. To an extent.
There's nothing wrong with that. Right. There's nothing wrong with that.
But when the voice
it's actually exciting.
But when the voice changes, the whole situation changes.
What do you mean?
If you're talking to me, you hear the voice change. You already know it's okay. It's then switch gears a different way.
So you're saying if I was talking to you and you didn't know me and then all of a sudden you were talking to me about sex and my voice changed?
My voice.
Oh.
If I'm talking to you and my voice gets deeper, you need to do what you're told to do.
Very dominant then.
Can be.
Are you submissive at all?
Can be to a point.
Okay.
But, don't relinquish all control at all.
You don't relinquish all control?
Right.
Okay. Why?
Just not in me, I don't guess.
Have you ever tried it?
Yeah.
Okay.
But
At least you know it's not for you.
No, it wasn't my cup of tea.
Right, I get that.
Wasn't how I roll.
So when you find a woman that you like,
mm-hmm.
What do you like to do to her first?
Talking to first, or just in general, say we're
You're already talking, you've already dated, and it's your first time to have sex. What do you do?
I'm going to explore her first to see what affects her the most. Some are, nipple play turns them on the most. Some are external pussy play. Some of them are internal. Some of them are just clit. It just depends. You have to fill out and see what the person is. They can tell you one thing, but it's actually another when it comes down to it.
That's so true. That is so true.
It depends on the person. So in other words, say if you're talking to a person and the person says, well, this turns me on. But when I'm there, I'm not that last person.
Right.
So what turns you on can be completely different. It might turn you on, but I'm going to turn you on more doing something else different that you didn't know about.
Exactly. Exploring things you've never done.
Most girls are like, oh, I'm a clit, my clit gets me off the most, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, what about your G-spot? Huh?
Yeah, a lot of girls don't even know they have a G-spot.
Well, it's let me show you real quick. Like, oh my God, yeah. Yeah.
Because a lot of guys don't know that a woman has a G-spot.
It's an inch inside of the inch up. The rougher it gets feeling, the better it is.
Yes.
If the G-spot's smooth, she's not aroused. She might act like she is, but she's not.
Okay, so you actually know the feel of inside of a woman's G-spot, whether she's aroused or not?
Yes. If your G-spot is smooth, you're not aroused. You're not really turned on a whole lot. You might feel like you are, but your pussy's not.
Okay. And then when you are turned on, it does what?
The rougher it feels, the more you're turned on.
Really? I did not know that.
So if you know anything about a G-spot, the more you please and more you arouse her, the more her G-spot is going to be coarse, shall I say? Mm-hmm. So then she has more chance of either squirting or having the best orgasm she's had and not going to be able to control it because she's never had that orgasm before.
Wow. Now, this is something different because most men do not know about the G-spot, and it is between 1 inch to 2 inches directly up. When you stick your fingers in, you have to put them up like you're asking someone to come here.
It's pretty much right below the clit, behind the bone, inside a female. To give you a visual, that's where it's at. It's right inside her, up against the bone, right below her clit. That's the G-spot.
So it's up inside her?
Yes.
Not straight in?
No.
Straight up?
Not straight. It's just in and up. Literally, your first knuckle is about as deep as you have to go to find the G-spot. 2 knuckles, you're probably
Listen to
past
that, men. Listen to this, men. It takes 1 knuckle to get to a woman's G-spot.
I can literally tell you, hey, look, I can get you off with the tip of my finger. Literally.
I'd like to see that.
Because that's where the G-spot is. And if you really want to put intense to it, you put slight pressure on her belly.
Really?
Because You don't even have to touch a female's clit itself to actually affect her by her clit. In between the belly button and her clit, you can arouse her with it by just there.
Wow. That is something I did not know either.
To give you how do I know all of it? Experience, and I did a little downtime with the state, and I had 9 years to read, so I studied the female body.
Awesome. There's nothing wrong with that.
So,
there's nothing wrong with studying and learning, because if you don't study and you don't learn, then you don't know. And every man thinks that they can fuck. And every man thinks that they can please a woman. And
right.
Really, in all actuality, most women fake their orgasms.
I mean, you can be in porn, be the best dude, be fucking everybody. You know what I mean? You're the dude. You're the dog slinger. You know what I mean? And
yeah, some big dicks.
I'm saying I can come behind you and still make her orgasm better than you did, and it's your business. You know,
right?
That's a challenge. You know what I mean? That's
because they're putting on a show. That's different, though. They're putting on a show. You're actually doing what you're supposed to be doing.
Most guys fuck a chick, and they're doing the best they can at fucking somebody, and they were like, "Okay, I'm gonna fuck her the best I can so she can remember me." I don't care if you remember me for my dick or not, but you're gonna remember me that I made you have the best orgasm you've had in fucking forever.
And you know what? I can honestly say that because I've been with a guy that's not very big down there. And I'll tell you what, he knew exactly what to do with his fingers and his tongue and his hands. Well, like he knew what he was doing.
And that's the thing. See, some guys, say a guy is not endowed and he's, just a couple inches or whatever. Some females, it's better just for not necessarily the depth. You get past her lips.
It's not about the length. It's about the...
You get past her lips and have the right angle, you're right there where you need to be. You're at the G-spot. You don't need to be up there in her belly button.
Exactly.
It's the angle.
So if you know how to fuck, then you will be able to get your girl off by just fucking her with the G-spot area.
I'll come in.
Most guys just go in and out.
I'll come in and not even get undressed. I won't take a lick of clothes off. And my goal is to make you squirt all over the room.
What?
Squirting is the ultimate orgasm. There's not one that can beat it.
You're right. I've had a couple guys make me squirt, which is really, really, really hard to do.
When you start squirting, the object is to not let you stop.
Wow, you're making my legs shake just thinking about it.
Because until you stop, you're going to be past the last guy's memory. You're going to stand up. You're not going to be forgotten, period.
Yeah, you're definitely going to stand out.
So if I make you squirt, you cannot literally squirt no more. Legs shaking, arms shaking, you're done.
That's the ultimate orgasm right there. Where you can't move at all.
Right.
Yeah.
You think you can stand up, but your legs fold? Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
So, put the water bottle on the nightstand because you're not going to be able to get up afterwards.
Damn.
Here's my business card. Call me when you need it again.
Wow. Don't even want a relationship. Just want to fuck and please and roll on out.
It's not that you don't want a relationship. When you start labeling stuff, the whole situation changes.
Why is that? I mean, you're right. Why is that?
Because their mindset changes. The comfortable starts, setting in. Okay, they're comfortable. They got somebody they're locked down. They're not worried about nothing,
So people get too comfortable.
Mm-hmm. Why label it? It is what it is. Life's short. Live it to the fullest.
Exactly. You live every day, but you only die once.
As long as you're acting right, I'm not going nowhere else. The moment you start acting not like you're supposed to, then hey, I'm playing football somewhere else. There's a better coach.
Wow. So you lay it flat out on the line.
I mean, if we're fucking and we're fuck buddies or whatever, then me and you are going at it. I mean, me and you are at it. Now, if you step outside the agreement, then, it's outside of it.
Okay. So you have rules when you do these things.
Yes.
Let's hear them.
It's mutual agreements on, it's a verbal mutual agreement. I'm here to please you, and that, we're not in the relationship type. We're here to please each other. You can call me, no feelings involved. There's not, as far as relationship wise, feelings.
I see what he's saying, because when I had a fuck buddy, if he was seeing someone, he would tell me. And if I was seeing someone, I would tell him. But if we wasn't seeing anybody and we actually wanted to fuck, I would just go over there. We'd go hang out, go to the movies, dinner, whatnot, go home, fuck our brains out, stay the night, and then I'd leave the next day. It worked great. No feelings involved, no titles, no commitment. It was great. But I was also young. The older you get, the more you want. So what's the youngest woman you've ever slept with?
22.
So you're more into not labeling things and just having fun.
Yeah. When you label your life, what happens? You get comfortable and you don't live life. If your life's a plan, you don't live life.
Yeah, if it's all planned out, it's boring. Got to be spontaneous, adventurous.
You can lose your life in the blink of an eye. I can see you in the morning and I see you at night.
Right, because you never know when your number's up.
Nope. I lost my brother and my dad in 2019, 32 days apart. My life changed then. I live life. You know what I mean? I got an 11-year-old son. I live life.
So what's your body type for women?
I don't really have a body type. Well, let me rephrase that. I kind of do. Not overweight, but
you like a thick, curvy girl? Or woman?
They can be thick, or they can be not skin and bones, but fit.
Okay.
They don't. I'm a titty guy, but at the same time, if their body and their eyes change it, then it's optional.
Nice. So you was telling me that you used to do OnlyFans.
Used to, yes.
Okay, what did you do on there?
Content. I would have girls that would want to make content with me, and we would make content, and I would split the money with them from what they made that month on it.
And how long were you doing this?
I did it for about 2.5 years.
Did it turn you on?
To an extent. Then it kind of got old, like work,
Mm-hmm.
It become like, a routine thing. Okay, look, you got to find content because you got to make content to make money. It's just, and I didn't have to do it at first. I did it just for the challenge because I make enough at work. So, it just got old.
Well, I think that does it for today. I just want to thank you for coming on.
No problem.
Giving me a man's perspective.
Anytime.
Thanks for listening, Sexy Horn Dogs. Don't forget to smash that subscribe button, like and follow us to get notifications when the new episodes drop. Not all views and comments that are in this podcast are endorsed by me. Thanks, Sexy Horn Dogs.
This is the Sexy Horn Dogs podcast.